Hi guys, this is Dre Laurel for Top Gear Philippines, and we're here in Laguna today with a new Nissan Navara VE 4x2 AT, the truck's base automatic variant. What Nissan has done here really is more of a polishing of a tried and tested formula rather than a reinvention of the wheel, but there are still some pretty extensive changes that we can get into here. For starters, let's talk about the vehicle's design. You'll be hard-pressed to tell this apart from the pre-refresh version if you look at it from the side, but once you move things up to the front over here, it's clear that Nissan has put a lot of work into this model. You'll find a new grille here that's more rugged now and pretty reminiscent of the brand's full-size offering in the US market, the Titan. The new headlights with 4 projectors and daytime running lights are very sleek, very nice to look at. If you want niceties like the gray paint, the toe hooks, the orange accents, you're going to have to go for the top spec Pro 4X version, but even the VE gets new 17-inch wheels as well as rugged step boards that make ingress and egress to the vehicle very easy. So we're inside the Navara now, and when it comes to this cabin, there are a couple of changes that are worth taking note of. One of them is that the steering wheel, this is new, and it feels much nicer to the touch now. It also has a new button layout which is more ergonomic than before, so switching tracks on Spotify, fiddling around with vehicle settings, and setting up the information display on the new instrument cluster, those are going to be much smoother experiences now. And since we've mentioned the new instrument cluster, this one, I have to say that I really like what Nissan has done here. Everything is clear and easy to read, and it has this nice animation that shows up when you first start the car. That's a nice touch too. There's a bit more soft touch materials inside, especially on the armrests on the door panels. I've also noticed that NVH levels have somewhat improved as well. I opened up the hood and I think I found the reason for this. There's a bit more insulation there, so that's an addition that's much appreciated. Powering the new Nissan Navara is the same tried and tested 2.5-liter turbo diesel that you would find in the pre-update version. This produces 187 horsepower and up to 450 Nm of torque. It's not the most powerful engine in the segment, but it's more than enough juice for most tasks. If you want to drive around with 4 passengers on board, that's okay. If you want to load the rear up with sacks of whatever it is you need to carry, large appliances, that's fine. And keeping up with other cars and other trucks on the expressway was not an issue. The 7-speed automatic transmission is also a pretty smooth shifter. I'm not just basing these observations from my time with this unit, I'm also basing it from my experience with the unit my family has owned for several years already, one that came out before this update. Nissan says that the suspension has been updated. It now gets dual-rate coil springs at the back for an increase in payload. I've also noticed that the ride is somewhat softer, although there is a tendency to wallow about a bit more when you run over larger road imperfections. There's supposedly a new steering rack that improves handling, although I haven't really been able to tell the difference in this department. No problem considering that the Navara has already been one of the best handling trucks in the market for quite some time already. Overall, the stability of this vehicle is good. It still handles great. It's still relatively comfy for a pickup truck, and there's really not much you can complain about here. If you're someone who's not really looking for 4x4 capability, the VE here is a very attractive proposition. As we mentioned, it's the base automatic variant, but you do still get quite a bit for your money here. There's the more rugged face and the nicer interior, and you still get the same tried and tested Nissan performance when it comes to the engine, as well as good driving dynamics, great handling, and a relatively comfy ride. If you want to learn more about this vehicle, you can check out the full review of this unit on our website. Also, be sure to subscribe to the official Top Gear Philippines YouTube channel for more great video content. This has been Dre Laurel for Top Gear Philippines, signing out.